So we're doing arms today. We're gonna superset a lot of our exercises, basically all of them. So we started out with 3 warm-up sets. Really didn't count the repetitions, just went until you felt kind of like a slight pump, a slight burn. And now we're just gonna go a little bit heavier. So I started with 30s. You started with 30s. I'm gonna go up to 35. I think you went up to 35 too. And then we'll go back there and start our actual working sets. We're gonna do 2 or 3 working sets, probably 3 working sets right now for these superset of exercises. And after that, we'll move on to a couple other things.
All right, we're here at Destination Dallas, training some arms with my buddy Bernardo, IFBB Pro Classic Physique. About 8 weeks out right now, feeling pretty good. Weight's at about 190 pounds. My cutoff is 176 1/4, so we'll be right on the money.
I think a lot of people miss out on their curls is, and I catch myself doing this, but I caught Shane doing it in the warm-ups earlier. He's doing it a lot better now, but you'll notice his elbows actually go forward as he curls the weight up. So your biceps aren't just responsible for moving your arm and flexing your forearm, but they're also responsible for flexion at the shoulder as well. So when you get that forward elbow movement, you're gonna make sure that you're contracting your biceps a lot better, and you're working on that peak a lot better as well by trying to supinate and essentially shorten that bicep head as much as you can. You notice if I rotate my arm, as I supinate my palm more and more, my bicep head gets shorter. So I'm actively trying to scoop and supinate so that I can get the most contraction out of that curl. And I think a lot of people, they miss out on it, right? It's like curls are simple, but you can also mess them up.
Good, come on, squeeze.
Basically, my logic behind arms is, and I usually honestly don't do an arm day all by itself, but when I do an arm day all by itself, I like to do a lot of supersets just to utilize the time. And I also like to utilize the different angles. So we know that you have several different heads in your triceps, several different heads in your biceps, and just utilizing all those different angles and all of those kind of angles according to your elbow and your shoulder, that's gonna make sure that you're just getting a good emphasis all around. So you're not staying in the same angle the whole time and just, you know, targeting and putting emphasis on one of the heads more than the other the entire time. So just leads to a better overall development in your arms. I'm actually trying to do the opposite. So as I was trying to supinate in the curls, now I'm actually trying to pronate on these tricep extensions. So as I'm coming down, I'm pronating my hand. So I'm going this direction. So supinate, pronate, right? I'm trying to scoop down. So neutral. Yeah, and some people, I mean, this isn't just one way of doing it. Some people will just keep it neutral all the way through, which is just pushing down like that. But I like to really, when I'm using the rope, utilize that motion of this rope by coming all the way down and rotating my wrists.
Squeeze. Let's go. Come on. More. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more.
Oh, it's hard to keep it strict. I want to cheat. 6. There you go. Get at least 10. Come on. There you go.
Back, chest, biceps, quads, calves, back, shoulders, triceps, hamstrings, and rest.
Yeah, so that's, you know, your basic, I think 5 days. Is that 5 days or 6 days?
6 days.
6 day split. I mean, I've been doing push-pull legs for a while now, just because the frequency allows me to hit everything twice. So I mean, like if I do, what I've actually been doing, me personally, for my arms is I'll do a superset of both triceps and biceps on my pull and my push day. So sometimes I'll hit them consecutively, one day after the other, instead of just having all of my volume clumped into one day. And basically what that allows me to do is that allows me to spread my recovery out, and I can also put more intensity into each individual session for arms. So if I do, you know, 3 supersets of my arms all in one day, by the time I get to that second, that third superset of those movements, I'm going to be a lot more fatigued. But if I spread it out, I go one day I do a superset, right? And then the next day I do another superset, I'm going to be able to put a lot more intensity into those individual supersets, right? So I can end up getting the same amount of volume, let's say like a stereotypical like 20 sets per week on that high volume side. I can end up getting the same amount of volume spread within 4 to 5 days, and my recovery is actually better, even though I'm hitting them several days in a row. So I've just found that that has been working really well. I've been probably doing that for the past like 6 to 9 months or so, and my arms have responded pretty well to it. I would say that they've grown at least half an inch, but a lot of that is just because I was cutting too. So I put a lot of size back on, but from the highest that they were at 20.25, and now they're sitting at 20.75 from, you know, my biggest. So definitely have seen some improvement there.
So many questions on my farmer's tan. So I go to the tanning bed, but I wear t-shirts. No, I'm just kidding. I work outside in the sun all the time. So it is what it is. I'm fair skinned. Can't really help it. But the liquid sun rays will even this right up. Dude, I get so many fucking questions about that
I
shit.
know, dude. I saw it on Instagram. I was like,
Jesus.
what? What? It's like people have never seen a farmer's tan before. Jesus.
Come on, squeeze them. Come on. Yes. Come on, Bernardo. 5 more. 1. All the way down, squeeze. 2. 3. 4. Come on.
One more.
Again. Again.
Because my logic behind this, basically, when I'm trying to think about exercises, I try to think about doing different angles on those exercises, right? So even though we're hitting only biceps and triceps, there's still 3 heads in the triceps and 2 heads in the biceps. So in the triceps, you want to get different like elbow angles according to your shoulder. So we already did like a push down motion with our elbows down to our side. So my logic, basically, I'm like, okay, let's do an overhead tricep type of motion, probably some overhead cable tricep extensions to put a different emphasis on the tricep heads. And then for biceps, same thing. So we did a curling motion this way. Now we're probably going to try to do more of a higher up elbow angle on those biceps, just to get a little bit of a different emphasis on those heads as well. So we're gonna go over there.
You want me to pretend like I'm walking down steps?
Huh?
Big peaks. Big biceps. Come on. Yep. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Yep. Big ass arm. Let's go. Come on.
Good. There you go. Squeeze those fucking hips. Push those elbows together. Keep them together. Good. There you go. Good. Good. Yep. Good.
All right, honest opinion, how do you feel this one?
Is it a learning curve or what?
How's it feel?
Yeah.
I feel good in the peak. Right here. I don't know if I like...
Well, there's that.
I don't
more of a stretch whenever I do try to squeeze my elbows together, but I think with like fitness related things like that, you know, there's so many different proportions, and you know, all of our joints are just slightly different. So I have a hard time giving a black and white answer when it comes to things like that.
Especially this year.
Come on. This is only tan and white. Tan and white answers only. There we go. Good, one more, come on. Squeeze. Yeah, one more after this, yep. Go. Come on, Shane. Let's go. Come on.
Come on. This one's weird, I don't know.
So now we're going on to skull crushers and spider curls. So once again, kind of relating to the angles, we haven't really gotten this angle. What I like to do is I like to actually bring my elbows a little back as I'm going down with the tricep extension. I'm kind of aiming for sort of my forehead hairline. And then for the spider curls, we're gonna use the bench over there behind the camera, and we're gonna superset that as well.
Perfect. Yeah.
Come on.
Ding 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 ding.
Come on, man. Let's go. Squeeze it, come on. Come on. It's like I don't actually.
Come on. Arms look good, come on.
Let's go. Drop it to the 50.
More, let's go. Come on, finish strong. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on.
There you go, come on. There's one more, come on. Squeeze.
That's it. My ass hurts.
Let's go.
Come on.
Come home now. Come on. All the way. Stretch it. Yeah.
There we go.
Come on.
Better.
Full range. There you go. Good, good, good. Let's go.
Big ass super heavyweight guy. He would be like, it's my life, not yours. He was a hoot and a half.
Let's go, Bernardo. Last set, make it count. Squeeze. Come on. Let's go. 5, all the way up. 2, 3. Come on. 4. That was 4, motherfucker.
Can't even go all the way up. I'm like just halving it at that point. Can't fucking feel shit.